It's been a long time since my last video. It's been a few months, and I want to stop and apologize. I want to apologize to you guys for that, because you guys should have been updated on the channel more about all Frontier stuff, but I would like to let you all know that during that time period, Twitter was being updated, and I was doing some posts on some other places too, but mainly Twitter. And if you guys did follow that, and you guys have been seeing my progress with Frontier, then you've known about kind of the stuff that I'm going to be showing in this video. So there's going to be a lot of stuff I'm going to be revealing visually, so I think you guys are going to be really happy about that. The other thing is that I want to explain really quickly about the fact that my name for all my channels and all my social media has changed to HeroDev instead of Frontier. Some of my videos I have purposely privated because some of the information for them is no longer true. There's been a lot of game mechanic changes that I've written about. I will talk about what those things are in the next update, so I won't talk about what they are here, but that's all I did want to preface. Another thing with the HeroDev is that I wanted to change the name to HeroDev from Frontier because I wanted everyone to associate my development with a developer, not just the game. So when you refer to the developer, me specifically, since I'm the only developer, you can call me HeroDev or Hero, and that's how it is with everything. Now that you guys are taking a look, you can see the sun in the sky. And just to let you guys know, this is a exported build, so this isn't in Unity. This is the exported game if you were to actually play it yourself. So I'm doing it in this way instead. So there's a lot of stuff out here that I gotta talk about, and there's a lot of things that I want to go into, explain. So the first thing I want to talk about before I actually show stuff, and I go into each and everything, and I go into the details of them, just to give you guys an idea of what I've added. The first thing I want to do is first just talk about the graphics and the shaders, because I want to let you all know that the main thing about this update that took many months of this year was doing the graphics, which is post-processing effects, and shaders. Beyond that, there is also a process that I took the longest process, which was modeling everything, and modeling brand new concepts, replacing all the old vehicles, old weapon, old everything. Everything's new, and these are final models. And of course, there could be small touches. So if there's any small touches here or there that you guys think would improve the model, please tell me in the comment section. Please tell me. Again, you can tell me in the comment section, you can tell me in Discord. And again, all my brand new social media and all my changes, I'll talk about at the end of this video. If you want to follow anyway right now, go into the description. It's there. Okay, so like I was saying before, with post-processing, I have been working on quite a few stuff. So I have bloom, from you guys can see. I have depth of field, so if I get really close, you see it's blurry. Beyond that, I have color grading, which is changing the colors of the scene. It's changing every color in the scene. You can think of it like Photoshop. We have control of saturation, contrast, just of everything pretty much. I don't know how else to describe it other than that, but you can think of it like Photoshop. Beyond that, I have ambient occlusion and vignette. Now that's what I have right now. There's something else I want to definitely put in, and that's volumetric lighting and sun rays / God rays. If you guys know what I'm talking about with those things, volumetric lighting is like, how do I describe it? You know how sunbeams, like, here, let me show you from this angle. Okay, now maybe you can see a little bit of it just with the bloom script, but this isn't properly how it would look. But if I go right here, right, you can kind of see how the light is peaking, right? With the volumetric lighting, it would shoot a light beam down. It would have like an actual volumetric light shaft. That's what that would be called. That's what volumetric lighting is, and I'm hope to actually buy the asset sometime this year, because I do want that visual effect. It would add a lot of life and warmth to the world. So yeah, that is something I want to get, and that's pretty much all the post-processing stuff for right now, and a little bit of what I just told you, what I'm going to get in later this year. The other thing I want to talk about is the shaders, and I want to talk about the style, okay? Because style is very important. I don't think you guys really understood what I wanted to really fully go with, because everything you guys ever saw was placeholder. No, that's not the case. Everything is going to be final models from now on, moving forward. So, if I were to show you guys, this is the best way to show you my shader. So I'm using a Toon shader, and I think you can see how the lighting is working. It's not working like normal soft objects. You can see in the back, you can see how the shadows are updating and changing, and how that looks with this art style and the minimalist modeling. And I think, in my personal opinion, this is the best look I want for the game. And I'm moving to improve even the shaders even further. So do know that the shaders are gonna probably look even better soon. Just right now, this is what it looks like, and I'm very happy with how it's come out. And I think it's really like it's defined a clear style for the game. And defining a clear style wasn't very easy for me, but I think I knew how I wanted to model stuff. I just didn't know how I wanted things to be shaded. And now I think I finally got it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this look. You'll see it to a much greater effect too on the vehicles in the background over there. You'll see what I mean. But that's kind of really the shading style that I'm going for, Toon shading. Self-explanatory. And that's pretty much all like the more technical stuff I want to talk about. So let me just explain again one more time what this update is. So this update was called the Redesign update. The Redesign update consisted of all old things in the game to get a brand new coat of paint. Everything is remodeled from the ground up to something nearly completely different, or a very well inspired change where it borrowed a lot from the old concept in. And pretty much everything you see here is a redesign. That took a very long time. And on top of that, I had to worry with graphics, and good thing I didn't have to write the scripts for graphics. Unity kind of had this stuff, which is awesome, but it did take some time to make them look good. And this is still not the final look, but I think I like what it is looking like right now. So the redesign update didn't just do this, it also added a little more content to be expanded on in the future. And I'll talk about that when I go into each and everything as I go around. I won't show you yet. But that's pretty much what this update was. It was to open the gates for every mechanic in the game that's new to becoming, to have an object associated with it that's complete visually. So I'll talk about that as I go through all the objects. So now let's actually start going through the objects. So this is the brand new player model, guys. This is the brand new player model. I love his model, his new model a lot. This is the old one. This is the one I'm actually using like right now to move around in. But as you can see, this is the old one, and there's a lot of problems with this. First of all, you can see there's some size proportion changes now. One big thing in this update is that everything has been now proportionally corrected. Everything has a clear proportion, and everything has a brand new scaling and height. So now we're really going to get a better sense of like size in the world once I start building maps. So you can see the head is much bigger. Everything's just big and doofy kind of on this model. And the worst thing about this model are the hands. And the hands actually don't have Toon shading on them. They're just regular shaded. But as you can see, the hands look terrible. Now if I compare it to the new one, look how different the hands are now. They're three separate segments now. And so they can physically grip anything properly. And it looks very nice visually. That's not the only update though. Upon, after the finger fixes and stuff like that, the face, okay guys, I don't think you even understand. The face is much improved. And this is how it is. See that little corner there? Corner of the eye there, the corner of the eye there, there, and there. I'm pointing with my crosshair to kind of show you guys. So pretty much what I'm talking about is the points of the face. These square pieces. All that is now rigged. This is why this is awesome. Now you can make facial expressions. And this is something that was completely impossible on this old model because I never rigged it for it. But I've been really thinking a lot more about how I'm going to be doing stuff, and this face with rigging at its all of its part of its face makes it actually look like it can be expressive. And it's really cool to see this. And I'll put a screen, an image of a concept art that I did with a little creature I made. For those who may have followed my Twitter, you know exactly what I'm talking about. There it is. You got it right there. You can see a little facial expression, and he's hugging the little creature, which I will show over there in a little bit. And this just gives you an idea of how much more expressive the characters are going to be now. Also, again, I'd like to just point out that the rigging has been improved. You can see the feet's changed. That used to just be blocked. This isn't blocked anymore. these little fleet, I said fleet, I meant little feet pattern kind of thing there. And you can just see, it's just a much better looking model. I love it. It's a very nice looking model. So with the player model, and again, I just let you guys know, this is the Bixen race, the male Bixen race. So this is the new version. This version will be deleted. So I just let you guys know that. And so I'm gonna move to the left, and then I'm gonna move to that, and then I'm gonna lastly go to the vehicles. So because the vehicles they had the most work on them. It took us so long to get them. So let's talk about what this is. This is very important to talk about because this is the first time Frontier's ever conceptualized what a shell is. And for those who are brand new at the channel and they don't know, or you forgot and you're already always been here, shells are a suit of armor that you wear that is powered by an energy source in the world and in its lore called Espa. And Espa is relevant to the gameplay, so that's why you guys should know about it. And this armor set has, just like all other shell armor sets in the game that will be made in the future, they all have very special abilities. They have very different focuses on how they're effective. Some are more damage, some are more defense, some are support, some are movement based, or some are hybrids. So you're going to see a very clear mixture of all of these kinds of different things in these shells. And these shells possess powers, they possess abilities, and each shell works dramatically different, even if they're in the same class. This particular shell is called the Knysta. The Knysta is an armor set that was modeled after a knight, and I'll get a little closer to show you. I put a ton of detail into this, a ton of detail, and you can kind of see the feet, the boots, and the back little engine thing there, all the little components, the back, the helmet, you see little energy cells on the side of it, right there, and right there. But yeah, you can see that is the Knysta, and you're probably wondering, well, this Knysta or this shell sounds really interesting. Why is this here? What is this? What is these three things about? Well, that's its ability. It has a really special ability that I'm going to give it, that once you kill a player, it's going to drop their soul. If you collect their soul, this little guy is going to spawn. And if you don't have one, one will spawn. And you can only have one at maximum, just to let y'all know. And this is a Nyst Knight. The Nyst Knight is a very protective knight. It defends you, and it protects you, and it tries to keep you safe by attacking anyone who attacks you, or people who you are getting attacked. Whom you are attacking. I said that wrong. Sorry about that. And it will attack enemies with sword beams, using obviously this incredible looking sword. And you can see there's vines on it, and there's little leaves on it with the crystals. All this is rigged. I'd like to let you all know everything that you see is rigged and prepared to be animated. So I want you guys to know that. It's that well set up. You can see with this little guy, the Nyst Knight, he has his little gauntlets with little button lights on him, and he has a big crystal at the bottom. You can see the colors coming went for was greens. You can see the shoulder, the spikes, the battery pack. I went all out on these designs, guys. I love making these designs, and I try to put as much love and work into them as I can. So I hope you guys enjoy this. Please let me know. Do you like my designs, or do you think they're terrible? I honestly would like to know. Do they look like they had no work into them, or do they look really good? Just let me know. But yeah, you can see this is design, and he uses the sword to shoot out sword beams at enemies, and that's kind of how he is, how he works. And there's more to him than that, though, too. He also copies how you behave. So he will, if you defend with your shield, he'll create the shield in front of him to defend himself, and he'll retreat back to you. So there's a lot more stuff to talk about. I won't go into credible detail. That'll be for a video when they're complete. I'm just letting you guys know. Here's the first official weapon in the game. This is called the Vignis. The Vignis is a poison weapon. It's going to be a very high fire rate weapon. And one thing to let you guys know before I talk a little bit more about it, I did get some feedback about this weapon from some people on Twitter about the spikes here and how that looked a little bit uncomfortable almost to hold. So what I'm going to go and do, and I will be taking y'all's criticism, and I will be smoothing this down to be normal just like that. To be normal like the rest of there. So thank you guys for letting me know about that. I will take away the spikes here and make it smooth. Thank you guys for that input. I just wanted to let y'all know. If for those who are on Twitter about that. But yeah, this is the Vignis, and it's a poison-based weapon, and the more shots that you hit at someone, it builds stacks, and when it maxes out a stack, it hits someone with a poison effect. So it's like a poison machine pistol. And this little special thing is something it fires. So one thing to note is that in Frontier, every weapon is very special. Every weapon has a ton of different effects on it. But the bread and butter of weapons in Frontier is the fact that they have something called a signature. A signature attack is a special cooldown driven ability that each weapon has. And this weapon in particular has charges. It fires this. This is called the Blight payload. It fires toxic gas. This thing fires out, it hits the surface, and after a delay, it explodes into a big cloud of gas that lingers. So it deals a lot of extra damage, and it procs poison. So you see how every shot with this, it procs a poison stack, and once you hit a certain stacks, it deals damage? That's the same thing this does. So both of these work together. And it fires this quill. It fires quills out. These little poison quills that glow. So I hope you guys like that idea. Again, I'll go in more detail with other stuff once I complete these things, and I'll go into greater details because things are deeper than from what I'm telling you guys, just to let you know. So what you're seeing here is actually just a test. It's a test of my shader, as you guys can kind of see. It doesn't look fully smooth at the top yet, but as you can see, I was just working on some shader tech, and you can see it intersects and it has like a little effect there. And this was all necessary for this. So this is something very special. This is a part of an armament. For those who do not know what an armament is, armaments are shell augments. So the shell that you see in here can equip that shield. And this shield is called the Petal Shield. And essentially there is a defense key. Now I'll press T. Now right now it's just a pink because the texture's broken, which is fine. Don't worry about that too much. But if I press T, this just gives you the idea of what I'm talking about. Just to let you guys know what it's doing, it's putting a 3D rectangular cube in front of me, and it's kind of like acting as a shield. And that's kind of how your shield is going to be working, moving into other updates. It's going to look obviously different and better and actually working, but don't worry about this. But just to let you guys know, if you were to press a key in the future when this all works, your shell will, your shell like this one, will project the Petal Shield out if it's equipped. And how it works is if you parry a projectile, the petals on the edges are going to fly off the shield, and it's going to attack your attacker. So that's how it works. And yeah, parrying is going to be a thing that's very important. I'll go into greater detail in the future about parrying, but this is the Petal Shield, and you'll be able to equip it and project this interesting shield. There's going to be tons of other shields in the game, guys, of all different colors. So trust me, this is just the most simple shield I could think of. There's some other ones that I'll do that will be much crazier. So, oh, one thing to note before I go to the next one. This is a conduit type armament, meaning it is a shield-based armament. That's how that works, and it's projected when you move your arm in a certain position. You guys will know more as I develop it more. This is a crown type armament, and crown type armaments sit on your head or act as a visor, glasses, just something that's near your helmet. That's what crown types armaments are. And this is Mycota. Now he's really big right now. He won't be this big when he's actually on you. But this little guy is a little creature, and he's actually alive, unlike the other stuff. He's a living little pet. And a Mycota is a mushroom, and it's like a jellyfish kind of combined from a design, from a physical design point of view. You can see the little clothes I gave him, the little mushroom holes I put around his waist. And you can see how well the Toon shading really looks. You can see underneath him, he looks like almost like an alien from underneath here. But the little Mycota here is a pretty cool little guy, because when he sits on your head and you're not firing, he's going to produce a massive aura around you. And in that aura, everything can get healed. So he allows for natural healing regeneration when you're not firing. On top of that, all healing received is amplified by 20%. So it's pretty helpful. And you'll notice with crown type armaments, they're all going to have auras or buffs of some sort, either for you or for a group. So that's one thing that's very unique about crown types. And they can kind of do anything. They can kind of buff anything in the game. So they're going to get the most variety probably out of everything. This is another brand new armament or another armament, and this is a gauntlet. And I think you guys probably know exactly what gauntlets, how they work the most, because that's pretty much the only thing that's working the best at the moment. So gauntlets are things that augment this action in the game called siphoning, for those who don't know. And I say this as you don't know, just to let people who are new or old understand what I'm talking about. So this is the Excavator Gauntlet. The Excavator Gauntlet is worn on your shell, and I'll show you where it would be worn. It would be worn on your left arm, so it would replace this green thing here. It would replace that with this. So it would get replaced, that body part of your armor would get replaced with this if you were to wear it, just to let you guys know. So what does this thing do? It simply allows you to automatically absorb energy from these crystals here when you don't have a full amount of Espa. So if I were to cast an ability real quick, let's cast a bunch of... Oh wait, that's teleport. I want to be careful with teleporting too much, because I could glitch out my physics. I'm working on physics right now, this update. So that's why I say that. Okay, so you can kind of see now I'm in proximity of this crystal, and the proximity is pretty large. As you can see, my Espa bar is going up on the bottom left corner, the white bar. I'm not siphoning at all. It's just automatically siphoning the energy from this. Just to let you know, Espa does not regain normally. You have to go to an energy source to soak it up in order to gain back power. So that's why this particular gauntlet is kind of interesting. It doesn't need you to do that. It'll just keep absorbing in nearby sources. So that's how that works. This is how it looks. The overall model of it all. You can see the design. It has a lot of vents on it. And it's like a green yellow with crystals on it. So yeah, that's the overall idea. Hope you guys like that design. Now we have something else here. Now this is a pack type armament, which is like your jetpack type stuff. And obviously this would go on your back. Now you're probably thinking, how in the world do you wear this? Well, these float. These don't actually connect to your armor. They float around your armor. And the idea with these were that I kind of was really inspired by Sonic to make this kind of armament. And this armament is called the Arloa. The Arloa are these little floating little guys with little eyes, and they have little antennas, and they kind of are controlled radio waves through with your shell. At least that's the idea of it, and you can kind of see the energy in it. So this was inspired by Sonic because I wanted to give you different kinds of movement. Currently I just have a very basic movement. Obviously I can fly, and it's just for the sake of testing, honestly. And I will make a normal jetpack that's like this, but this one's an abnormal one. This one's about boosting your sprint speeds, and it allows you to enter a special state in sprint to gain Mach sprint, which makes you run really fast. I gave myself like really high sprint speed in this demo here, so I can get around fast. So if I run this fast, you guys see how crazy fast I'm running right now. It would feel like this, just to let you guys know, using this jetpack once it hits Mach speed, and it would eat fuel. This has a bunch of different stuff. I want to get into details with it when it's complete, but I just want to let you guys know that's kind of the idea behind this. So now with all these complete, I kind of want to go straight to the vehicles. And I apologize if I'm talking too much, or I hope this isn't boring or anything. Or anyway, I just want to make sure things are explained. And I hope you guys enjoy my designs, because I work so hard on this, guys. I work so hard. So I moved this off of the vehicle so that I could walk inside. So this vehicle is called the Bellith. The Bellith is the only flying ship in the game. Not to mention, this flying ship carries multiple passengers. And yes, we can physically walk inside of this massive vehicle. And of course, this is the largest vehicle in the game right now. So just to let you guys know. And yes, this is all rigged. This is all rigged to be animated. Every part. So I'm going to go in here. So here it is. You can see my physics are working pretty fine in here. And this took actually quite a bit of work to get that to work. So you can kind of see all the design work I've done inside the ship. And yes, you can see it's completely physically walkable inside. And you will get the ability to sit down on these seats on the side. Any seat you want to. So that's going to be pretty cool. And on top of that, you kind of just see all the little details I put. I put lights at the top. I put this little lever. This is actually rigged. That'll be something you pull to close the door. And obviously it won't open like this, but it's just for the sake of showing you guys. I just wanted to do that just to show you guys. And also there is a cockpit. There is a cockpit in the front. And yes, this would open if I were to interact, but I don't have that functionality in yet because I haven't programmed it yet, but you guys know what I mean. You can kind of see down here all the little bars at the bottom, the little cabinets. But yeah, this is all it is. I put this little light thing. I thought that looked interesting to put in the cabin. But yeah, this is how it looks. I hope you guys liked it. It has a little cool light bridge too that comes out that'll extend in and out. So yeah, I hope you guys like that. You can kind of see from the top view, it has some missiles up the top. And this vehicle, I would like to go into what all the vehicles do, but it would make the runtime of the video even longer. So I'm just going to show you guys, this is what it is. It's most important that I had to explain that stuff to you than the vehicles. The vehicles are self-explanatory. This is obviously a flying vehicle. It carries multiple people. And I promise you I will give you a video in great detail when it's complete. So this beautiful vehicle, which in my opinion was one of my most impressive, is called the Shrike. And I will come out and say this now, this was heavily inspired from The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, my favorite Legend of Zelda game I've ever played. So I'll be honest, this was very much inspired, but I did not directly copy off of it. I wanted to make it unique and different with other components and a bunch of other stuff. You can see how this vehicle is actually a sailboat, unlike other ones, and yes, this will hover and fly over the ground. Not like fly like that vehicle, but like hover over the ground only. It's like you can think of it like a hoverboard, like how it would float over the ground. But you can see all the little details I put into it. I put the little curls, I put the crystals around. You can see how nice the Toon shading looks on this cloth. It looks really nice. You can see all the little things. You can see how the character would be sitting in it. It's posed. You see the hand grabbing that, and the wood inside. All the little details. You know, guys, I love making details in my builds. And you can kind of see the little thrusters in the back, all the little markings all over the wood. And yeah, this is something I thought I just had so much fun making. Yeah, that is the Shrike. Let's see over here. Over here we've got the Arctiga, which is an ice vehicle. This is pretty simple. This was, I should probably say what everything came from, like what Redesign everything is. But I guess it doesn't really matter because everything is so polar different. But this was from the Rotoron, that orange vehicle with the sniper or railgun-like thing. It got changed to this, which is an ice-based vehicle, which looks kind of similar, but very different overall in color scheme and how it looks. I'll phase it in here. You see that obviously this is rigged. All these little pieces are rigged, so for animation it's gonna look really cool. And you can see there's some like automatic guns there, and there's a big gun in the front. And it's all about ice and snow. That's kind of how this works. And you see the character pose, looking all cool. Okay, let's go. Actually, okay, I'm not gonna lie. This vehicle was a little difficult for me to make because of the face, but I think it came out very well. And this is the Phendra. The Phendra, in my opinion, is definitely a personal favorite out of all my builds, especially with that's also a personal favorite. I love this design. So with this, it's kind of like a dragon almost, and you can see like the little claws are actually hovering off because it's like they just kind of float. The abilities the thing has is going to be pretty crazy from what I've written down. I want to get into them once they're done. Okay, so I'm gonna say that. So it's gonna be really cool when I show you guys everything. But this is the Phendra. You can see all the little designs at the bottom. The little feather-like scales was a big motif. And this is from the Cetagon, which is the thing with the 6 wings. These are the same exact 6 wings. I just altered them a little bit. I think I altered them, or either they might be identical. But you can see I added this little engine thing on top with the little bent up scale feather-like things. And you can see the face is actually here, with an eyes and nose. And it's not alive, but you all know. It also has a horn. You see on top how that looks. But yeah, I love this build. I love it a lot. Big fan of this build. And that is the Phendra. And the last vehicle is the Tempest, which is like an earthy kind of vehicle here. And this one is pretty different from the other ones. That's one thing to note. I tried to make everything very uniquely different. Nothing looks like a copy and paste. These are completely different designs. You can see how that looks. The little glows at the end, the little ferns, flowers, the little fans at the bottom. the little fans there. And the lights, the two cool little guns in the front, all the fans and the engine in the back. You can kind of see what I'm talking about. But yeah, these are kind of all the redesigns. I know this was a while. I hope that I know I was trying to rush through the vehicles just a little bit because I didn't want to hold you guys too long, and I want to make sure I tell you information that will stay consistent when they're all complete. But yeah, this is what Frontier is currently, and I'm loving how everything's moving. And by the end of this year, a lot of this stuff will be working as intended, and we'll have brand new game mechanics, and that's going to be huge. So I do hope you guys enjoyed all of this. And before I end this off, there's some other stuff I got to talk about. The new social media. So all the social media, the brand new ones, are in the description, and I'll say it here in the video right now. Follow my social media. Follow them. Trust me. If you follow all of them, you will always be up to date on something, because a lot of times I don't update on YouTube. I'm updated on Twitter. And if I'm not updated on Twitter, I'm updated on Discord. And if I'm not on Discord, then maybe I did something on Reddit. So make sure that you follow my Twitter. You need to make sure that, and again, that's in the description. You need to also make sure that you follow and join, you follow Reddit, my Reddit account, and you also join the Discord. Now, the Discord is the big new one, and also to let you know, IndieDB is no longer being used. That's one thing to let you all update y'all on. It's not being used. IndieDB, no more. Reddit kind of replaced it. Reddit's much better. Okay, so with that preface, let me talk about Discord. Discord's very important because Discord is my #1 way of gathering a community, talking with you guys directly, y'all having direct feedback to me. We can easily talk, and I can also easily get information out to you guys. And if anyone here is interested to see how this game will develop, please, I urge this so much. If you are interested in any capacity, please join Discord. That's like the big one next to YouTube and Twitter. Twitter's really important too. I say Reddit is also important because I do my blogs there, and I'll write about my big update blogs there, and that's why that's important. If you want patch notes and all that stuff written down, you have to go to Reddit. So please go follow all of what you can. Please do it. It supports me a lot. And again, I like to point out, if you follow Discord, there's a much higher chance you will be chosen for a test in the future for being a game tester. So if you do want to try out this game for free in these early states right now, then please go to Discord. It's not open for testing right now at this point of this video, but it will be in the future. So that's why I say that. If you want to be up there, you gotta join my Discord. So please get on that, guys. I really want to get as many followers on everything I can. Please spread this around to other people, anyone who's interested, any other indie developers, anyone who thinks they could give me awesome advice. Literally anyone. If you think anyone's interested in the game, let me know. Let HeroDev know. Let me know. With that out of the way, and again, just let you know, every social media is in the description, so follow them. That's the end of this video. I see the time right now. It says 38 minutes just now. Oh my god. Okay, well, this is going to take a while to edit and do all this other stuff, but I hope you guys enjoyed this. I know this is long. I know my videos are long. I apologize if my video length annoys you. I don't like that it's incredibly long either, but I talk. I gotta explain. That's just how I am. So, if you stuck around the ending, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Follow my social media. I'll see you guys in the next video. And again, like I said before, right before I ended, roadmap announcement. That'll be the next video. And I'll talk a little bit about what I'm working on in this update currently, because I'm working on a restructure update. It's a completely different update after this redesign one. So I'll talk about that next. Hopefully I will get it out next week. I can't give a date. Sometimes stuff happens, guys. My computer has shut down while recording this video, and it messed up my original recording, so that was annoying. So yeah, stuff happens for me, and I need a better PC because this is really annoying. But yeah, sorry for delays, guys. I apologize. I really wish I couldn't delay things and have everything on time. Sometimes it doesn't happen because I get busy or computer acts stupid. So I'll see you guys later. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Share it. Do whatever you want with it. I don't know what to say. Just bye.